beautiful, compelling film. Congratulations to all of you and all the crew who was part of this journey. Let's take it back to the beginning. Anna, tell us a bit about the genesis of this project.
Well, first I want to say thank you for staying for the Q&A, except for that guy. I've often felt very trapped by a Q&A, like I'm like, oh no, I have to stay. So if you don't want to stay, it's okay.
Can you already hear Louise coming out right now?
But thank you for being here. What'd you say? Where did this originate?
Just tell us a little bit about the genesis of this
Yeah,
project.
well, a lot of that happened, so that was great. And yeah, my mom, I was in my late 20s and I was a big old mess. And some bad things all happened at once, which I think happens to a lot of people in their late 20s. But I got through it and I got to write about it. And yeah, and then everybody else up here and out there made it better.
And how did you begin to collaborate with Lisa?
Lisa is amazing. And Lisa I went to college with, which was a huge honor. And then I got to be friends with her after college. I'm sorry, my brain is breaking. Yeah.
To be fair, we did a press junket for about 8 hours today, so she's answered all these questions, right?
No, but I did a terrible job then too. No, but Lisa is a great director, and we started working on short films together. John Dibonell was a DP. So we made a bunch of short films, and then Alex and Taylor.
You're the best.
Just a lot of emotions at the LA premiere, what can you say?
Alex and Taylor were kind enough as producers to let us keep working together for the feature, which was very, very gracious of them. And thank you for listening.
Lisa, why don't you tell us a little bit from your point of view?
Yeah, I've known Anna since college, and in college I just thought she was cool from afar a little bit. And I, saw her plays, and I read her writing, and I thought she was amazing. And after she moved out to LA, she asked me to direct one of her shorts, which was a dream. And then since then, we only work together. No, we'll work with people. We love working together.
And was there something about Anna's script and her story that was particularly compelling to you to be like, this is what I want to do my feature debut with?
Yeah, I mean, I did know her when all this was happening. I lived on the other side of the country, but I also feel like I myself experienced kind of a breakdown in my late 20s that I think a lot of people can relate to. And so not just because she's my friend, I did feel like I related a lot to the script, and I felt like it was a script that kind of gave you a break for being messy, and that's what I really appreciated about it, because I think some people need to hear that.
But we're doing good now.
Extremely so.
Yeah.
And was there always an Antonina character in your life that was...
I wish. There was a lot of Polish people, but nobody wanted to be friends. But yeah, I was at a physical therapy rehab center in Greenpoint, and I did have a really morose Polish physical therapist who worked with me. But that part was made up, and it was kind of like, Louise, the character's chance to become a little bit better at taking care of somebody else before she has the big show with her mom. I wish that I had had that, so there's definitely wish fulfillment in the script.
Alex and Taylor, can you tell me a little bit about what drew you to this project?
So Taylor and I had worked together before, and we decided we want to work again. We read scripts for about 2 years, trying to find the perfect script for us to do second together. My brother-in-law read 25 pages of Anna's script, and he called me and said, "You're going to want to produce this." And I handed it to him and didn't tell him anything. and we both loved it. And really, as you can hear her talk, and that's what is in the script. So the authenticity and the vulnerability and just her voice throughout the script was what drew us in. And then just, I think we all feel like late bloomers. So, we both connected to it that way. And then just the whole message of communication and what is communication. And we just loved it. And very happy that it all came together.
And you look great tonight, Alex.
Thank you.
And just to get a little bit sense of the timeline, when did you write the script?
I wrote it a long time ago now. How
I
long?
looked at my emails, I think 2014 was when we started.
And what year is it now? 2024?
It feels pretty fast these days, I feel like.
And we read it in 2016, I think.
It takes that long. So let's talk a little bit about the casting and how we got to Karen.
I don't know how we got to Karen. It's crazy. Thanks for being here, Karen.
No, actually how it happened is, so my husband went to NYU with these two, and so they're all friends, and he was talking about late bloomers. He's also in the movie as the guy pulling at me at the beginning. It was perfect. I was like, okay, I feel comfortable here.
Pause.
He paused, he's good at pausing, he's not here. So, he's there. But he always talked about how great the script was. He always talked about how, within this friend group, everyone's favourite writer is Anna, she's just extraordinary.
Oh, she said it on stage, Nick.
But I was like, let me out the script. Sounds amazing. And then I read it and I was like, I'm gonna get this role somehow.
And we were like, oh no, don't out of here, lady. No, I mean, it legitimized the project so much to have Karen. She's an incredible actor, but she's also a beautiful human, and was just so gung ho, and made the project so easy.
She's like the dream first movie actress to work with.
Well, Karen, coming from massive worlds, what was most exciting about this beautiful indie film for you?
I mean, it feels the same to me whether I'm doing some big blockbuster in space or this tiny movie. Ultimately my job is the same thing, which is be believable and truthful. And that's it. However, I was quite excited about this because it felt like I could really let loose in a way that I haven't before and inject it with a lot of my own personality and also take inspiration from Anna because she is a fascinating character study. I was watching her and she put her hair up while she was talking, took it down, put it back up again and scratched her whole face. And I was like, I need to do that in a way that I would do it.
I'd like to say that all the cool parts of the movie were me, and then all the weird parts were Karen drawing on her own personality.
I don't know if it was her action movie background, but she really took to the physicality of this movie and was studying Anna and knew how to use crutches and really got into it. So
Yeah, to be truthful, to see someone and be like, should I do it like this? Or asshole.
That was horrible for you.
No, I love
Did
Dawn.
you feel seen?
I felt too seen, yeah.
Well, let's talk about how you found Antonina.
Yeah.
we did an actual casting process for that. And we went to an agency in Poland, and they sent us a bunch of tapes, and she was just blew us away. She was Antonina from the start, and she really went for it at the tape. And she flew out from Warsaw to New York to be in the movie, which was amazing. We really wanted the role to be authentic and somebody that was actually Polish and could speak the language, and then also she's an incredible actress with a background in stage, and she did Bullets Over Broadway, and she did a lot of incredible stuff in her career, and then went back to Poland for a little while, and then she was truly the perfect person for this role, and we got her.
Yeah, the crazy thing is she lived in New York for 20 years working, so she
Yeah.
knew New York as well, and also had a passport, which really helped us. No visa.
That's great. No O1s to deal with. Well, Karen, talk a little bit about working with her.
Oh, she's just extraordinary. I've loved working with her. She's just a powerhouse of an actress, and we had lots of rehearsal time, which was really nice, a week to kind of spend time together, all talk about our characters, and just organically kind of develop a relationship between us as people and on screen. And yeah, I would say we quickly fell into the roles of the characters. Like, she's much more assertive than I am. You know, she's like, this is how we should do it, and I'm like, I'm sorry for taking up space. And so it's like, it just sort of happened naturally.
And at what point, actually, so now talking about the timeline, we wrote the script in 2014, producers came out in 2016. Karen, do you remember when you joined and when the film shot? I guess.
Oh God, I don't remember, but it would have been way later. Probably, was it after the, it was after the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't read it before the
I think it's
pandemic.
2021. What is it? We shot in 2022.
2022,
It
yes.
came out in 2021.
2021.
So going back to the producers, what a crazy time to try to package and put together a movie during the pandemic and everything. Talk a little bit about that fun time.
Oh boy. I mean, literally all of our pitches were over Zoom. I mean, we did Fast Track in 2019, and that was in person here in LA. And then all of our lab programs after that, Gotham and Sundance and Catalyst, were all over Zoom. So by the time we made it to Catalyst, we had our pitch down, but we were doing Zoom meetings with investors trying to, and I think that was extremely challenging, but we had to find a way to build empathy or emotion over, you know, through Zoom and get people attracted to the project. It was just really challenging, yeah.
Yes, but thank you to Film Independent, which fast-tracked it all for us.
Seriously, though, yeah.
We wouldn't be here without you guys.
No, it really was through Fast Track we found our first person who connected us to our first money, and we also met Shira Rockowitz from Sundance, and so it just all started coming together.
But also at Fast Track too, like I feel like we had all kind of been talking about the movie and talking about ideas and how we wanted to approach it, but preparing for those pitches at Fast Track, we had to really like coalesce all of our ideas and get creatively aligned and like have everything really down. And I think we dialed it all in for Fast Track, so that was huge for us.
Well, I believe the member deadline is still open if anyone wants to apply to Fast Track this year. And I will also have to give props to the entire team because they were the best. I love all my filmmakers, I really do. But that year, I think we awarded you the best pictures, the most efficient pictures.
I think it was the fastest pictures. when I saw them afterwards, I was like, is that good?
We always finish on time, we're ready for the next meeting.
You managed to have the most amazing meetings within 15 minutes, and you walked away with great contacts. Like, it's awesome. Fast Track, for those who don't know, is up to 60 meetings over the course of 3 days, 15 minutes each, and they killed each one of them.
It's like
so
speed dating
goals.
with investors and casting directors and what have you, yeah, agents.
Okay, so with the support of so many different arts nonprofits who are crucial to getting independent films out there, so shout out also to my peers at Gotham and Sundance. So you went into production in 2022. How was the production then at that point? Kind of post-pandemic-y?
Oh man, was it Omicron? It was ripping through New York at the time, and people just were kind of like, we're over it. And so it ripped through our production office, and everybody got COVID. But thankfully, we got it before the shoot. So in some ways, it was beneficial, but it was still a thing. But then we debated like COVID insurance. We need to get it, you know, and people were still masking and testing and everything. So we were still in it.
Actually, let's talk a little bit about the visuals and the visual style for it and your collaboration with your DP and production designer.
John Deminel, our DP, who's here, he's done all of our shorts. Yeah, he did all of our shorts as well, and so we had like a shorthand that was just very easy to communicate on set. And he's also just like very down to like get into talking about every single shot and every detail, which is my favorite. And yeah, we kind of, I guess one overarching thing is that we talked about how the movie, because it spans generations, should feel kind of timeless. And so we kind of went for that in the look too, making it feel sort of filmic, and we took influence from like Hal Ashby movies, and we tried to not set it in a certain time period. And then our production designer, James Barreto, who's amazing as well, he came onto the project kind of like later on and saved us. And yeah, he was very like, he had a vision, and he had, the first time we met with him, he like had his boards laid out, and he had this color palette in mind, and he was just like so creatively invested too. So yeah, it was a great collaboration all around.
I feel like so often we talk so much about the financing and then getting into production, but post is its own other beast. How was that in the editing process for you?
Anisha!
Anisha is also in the audience. She's our editor.
We actually have a lot of crew here.
Can we give a shout out to everyone?
Yeah, we have a lot of crew here, even some folks that were with us in New York but are here in LA. So
Yeah.
shout out to everyone who's here.
Adam Locations.
Yeah.
The best personality I've ever met for locations. And
Truly,
he can do
yeah.
so much more than locations. And then Steven, DIT.
Who also can do so much
Incredible
more.
personality.
Post was the question. Yeah, I mean, because we're a smaller budget shoot, it was just me and Anisha in a room for I don't know, what was it, like 10 weeks or something, maybe longer. And yeah, we just kind of talked through every single edit and every single shot. And she obviously showed me a rough cut that was great to start with, and had her own vision of the movie and the pacing and everything, and then we just kind of fine-tuned it from there. But yeah, it was, I love the post process. I love all the processes, but it was just fun to just be there in the room with it.
Was there an evolution in any way of the story for you from script to production to the edits where new ideas were discovered and that you leaned into even more so?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the beauty of filmmaking, is that like each process you add more people and more creative brains, and in the production process we added our cast, and each of them had their own ideas and things that they wanted to bring into the story, and then to just like give all that footage to someone and be like, what do you think this story is, and then shape it from there. Yeah, each step is definitely very different, and the best part is working with extremely talented collaborators.
And such a wonderful, lovely team, I have to say. You can tell from the energy here how wonderful, grateful, and talented. So then we get to South by and your premiere. Talk a little bit about how you felt, what the reception was.
I was like, people were eating during the movie because we were out in the draft house. And I was like, but it's so vulnerable to watch it, but it was such an amazing thing. And tonight to watch with people, I haven't seen it with an audience since South by, and for people to laugh at stuff that you thought was funny, or to feel something means so much, and like, you just feel filled with gratitude, you don't know where to put it, and so then you come up here and say stupid stuff. But it was an incredible thrill to be there and to see it with people, and it's such a beautiful festival, and such a fun time.
Yeah, it's kind of why we all do this, is to be able to show it in this kind of a setting, in the theater, and with an audience, and that
It's
was
so
a
touching.
dream, yeah.
Anna, can you talk a little, I'm gonna put you on the spot, but this is your story inspired by so much of your life, and now it's coming out into the world. How are you feeling about all of this?
I feel weird. No, I feel like, it's a crazy thing to be like, what inspired you to write this? Myself. But I think it's moved past that so much that it feels like a different beast when I see it. And I just feel very proud and very honored to be part of it. And I feel very grateful for the people that worked on it. Karen, who was really beautiful and in it as a person, looking and inside. I think it just feels like transcendent, and I feel distance from it, which is actually a really good thing, because it means that everybody else did a much better job than me. So that makes me feel really happy and like I can let go.
From a producer's standpoint, how are you feeling about this baby coming to life in this journey for you?
I mean, it's a dream come true. We've been working on we've been working on this movie for 8 years. 2 years after you wrote it, and yeah, I mean, it's just like it's such a great team. I think we all have a lot of fun together. So during production, before production, during production, after production, South by, all the festivals here, it's just been great, and we're just really excited to get it out there. I mean, to have an independent film, like have any kind of theatrical release, and I don't know, I'm just hoping that
It's just been a family project from the very beginning, every step of the way. And like on set, it was the same thing. We just folded more family into the operation. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine how much fun you guys had on set. Karen, any good stories?
What are the anecdotes? I mean, we had so much fun. I was laughing the whole time, and I guess we shot stuff in between that. But yeah, it was such a lovely atmosphere. Do you have a good story? Go on.
Not really, it's a horrible story.
Go on,
It's
tell it.
just between takes, you and Jermaine would really make me laugh. And
Oh,
you guys
our inside jokes.
Yeah, you go keep rolling, and then I would be watching Video Village, being like, that's so funny.
Yeah, you came over to us rolling.
Yeah.
You've been listening to us?
Yeah. It's like an anecdote, but there was a lot of laughter and love on set, and stress for sure, of course, and New Yorkers, but I would do all of it again. Or hope to.
Was it the last day at the beach?
The rainbow?
Yeah.
Oh.
And was that the last day too?
Oh,
We
yeah.
were filming, where were we filming out? I can't remember.
Rockaways.
Rockaways. And it was like the second to last day or the last day, and suddenly someone saw a triple rainbow, and everyone came flooding out of the house. And we're just giddy and just, I don't
Except
know.
for our
what's
DP, John, who was
He's still at the house, sitting on the shot.
finish the shot.
Yeah, I think that was the second to last day, and then the last day of the shoot, we were so close to the water, everyone brought their swimsuits, and so at lunch, they quickly ate their lunch and then put on their swimsuits, and everyone just ran and played in the water.
And then again, our DP was like, please come back. Shoot this water. We don't have time.
Just a lot of joy.
That's the best thing, knowing how hard indie films is to have so much joy on your set. Talk a little bit about the reception that you've had through all the festival screenings. What has been the feedback been, and what are you hoping that this film elicits once it opens this Friday?
I mean, we've had a pretty incredible reception. I feel like everywhere we've gone, people have kind of come up to us afterwards saying, I think the unfortunate fact is that a lot of people can relate to this experience, and a lot of people have somebody directly close to them that has experienced Alzheimer's. And so I think a lot of people came up to us saying that they felt seen by some of those moments. And I think what we want people to be able to do is, like the diaper scene, to be able to find some of the humor in it, just to be able to get through those times. I think that's what Anna did so well. Is in life in general, I feel like she finds a lot of the humor in the dark moments, which makes it a lot nicer to be around her and to experience life with her. So we kind of want that feeling to come out of the film.
Beautiful. Before we close, I always like a little bit of manifestation. Tell us a little bit about what everyone else is doing next.
Oh my gosh, I was in a cult this past year, a manifestation cult, and nothing manifested.
It's gonna manifest
Manifested,
here.
yeah. Okay, go Lisa.
Okay. I just want to keep working with these guys and working with people that I love. If I could keep that going, then I feel like I figured it out. So, yeah.
You have an audience. This is being recorded. If there's anything that you could do, you want to do an event.
Manifest that I'm working with all these people again that I love.
Manifest that I'm writing and getting movies like this made with these kinds of heartfelt people, non-assholes, and just getting to remain authentic and not take it too seriously, but be joyful in work.
Just good at this.
So it's what we want to manifest, it's not what we are doing.
Yes.
You should do both. Please do both. Yeah, absolutely.
My stuff hasn't really been announced yet, so it's a secret. So I'm gonna manifest.
Oh yeah, mine too. It's a huge secret.
I'm gonna manifest a really juicy, dramatic role in something absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
She can do that.
I'm gonna manifest, I think when we walk out the door, we'll probably get funding for our next feature, right? I think so.
Yes.
It has a dramatic, no, I'm sorry.
I think we want to just keep finding strong voices like Anna and Lisa and people that have a strong point of view and want to connect with audiences. It's the most important thing.
Beautiful. Congratulations, Lisa, Anna, Karen, Alex, and Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for anyone who's interested, Matthew,